Garfield, I Hate Mondays Gel Nail Art Tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish.
Hi guys, in today's video I am going to be showing you this really fun little Garfield design that says I hate Mondays. It's got a little bit of a gradient in it, which is a fun little additive and tutorial for you. And it's got French tips, so there's all different techniques involved besides the Garfield design. So I hope you guys like that, and I'm using new colors from Glam, so if you are interested in any of those, I've got a discount code and the list of colors in the description box below. So check that out, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
So to start with, I'm going to begin the ring and thumb with 2 coats of Krispy Kreme, which is a really nice peachy nude. It's a little bit, like I said, it's a peachier nude, so it's not like a flesh tone color exactly, but it's very pretty. It's got really nice opacity as well. So 2 coats of that on those 2 nails. Then on the ring nail, I'm going to sketch out Mr. Garfield's outlines. So I didn't do anything too crazy as far as the details go, but all of the basics I did get in there. So I started out with his eyes, and I'm kind of having him slightly off center on my nail, so he's almost looks like, in my mind, like he's leaning up against the sidewall of my nail, like he's trying to lounge. But then I've got his 2 eyes, then start at his little oval nose, and then his cheeks beneath that, and do all of these outlines. If they're not perfect, don't worry about it. They certainly do not need to be perfect at this stage, and honestly, what is perfection? They never need to be perfect. They always just need to be where you're happy with them, and if you're happy, then that's all that matters. Then I'm going to be adding the outline of his head and his little bit of his shoulders. Depending on the length of your nail, you may be able to get more or less of Garfield on your nail. I keep mine fairly short for a multitude of reasons, but that limits the amount of space. If you've got longer nails than I do, certainly paint more of your Garfield, because, you know, the more art, the more the merrier in this case. And so I've got his ear outlines, and then he's got just like little whisker lines up right beneath his ears. So 3 little black lines. Then I'm going to take Nacho Love, and this color is a 1-step gel from Glam. So it doesn't have any sort of a tacky layer at the end. It's, if you want to use it this way, it's a base coat, color coat, and top coat all in one sort of thing. I grabbed a couple of these just because they're really nice for doing some chrome powders and different kinds of powders on top, because you don't have to do you don't have to top coat them with a no wipe, and then it just kind of speeds up the process a little. So it's nice to have a couple of these on hand, even if it's just for that. So then with the color Sugar Skull, I'm going to fill in his cheeks, and then I added a little bit of a pinky color in the middle, and I'll be showing you more of that one in a moment for his nose. Then fill in his eyes with white, and then go back through with all of your outlines and touch them up, because when you're going through all this painting process, your outlines are bound to get a little bit funky, a little bit covered up, not quite as crisp as they were in the beginning. Plus, like I said, they didn't have to be perfect in the beginning. There's plenty of room for error, and in this time you can go ahead and, you know, kind of find the finished image in your design. Also, you're going to need to add the little details to Garfield that we didn't do before. So his little stripes, he's got some little like dashed line stripes on him. He's got pupils, a little bit of a shadow in his ears, a little bit of polka dots on his cheeks. Then on the tip of my nail, I'm going to be doing You're in the Pink on my thumb. This is the color that I used for the inside of his nose. And then with a sponge, I'm going to blend that color up into the Krispy Kreme to create a really, really pretty gradient. And this is one of my favorite gradients I've ever done. After that's cured, I'm going to take and I'm going to paint the outline of a thought bubble with black paint. So I've got the big space near the cuticle area, and then I'm going to add just the little thinking bubbles going down towards the tip. I did an outline for the first 2 bubbles, but then as they got smaller, I just did black dots. Either way, however you like to do things is fine. Then I'm going to fill in my bubbles with white paint. So as you guys saw with the way that I did the gradient on this nail, you have to have extremely pigmented gels, and you also have to have gels that have a slightly stickier texture to them. So it depends on the gel whether or not you can do a gradient with a sponge. It's kind of a you have to know your product situation. Glam's gels work fabulously to do gradients that way. They're one of the few that I have found, however, that it does work that way. So you just have to, like I said, know your product line. Glam's, I've done actually quite a few gradients with them in recent times, and I've been happy with all of them, especially using the sponge technique. So if you guys are looking for a good gel to gradient with, this one, Glam's, I would say are a good one, because they've got the right opacity and the right stickiness. So that's always good news. So then within my thought bubble, I'm going to write I hate Mondays, which actually isn't true. I do not hate Mondays. I actually really like Mondays. Sounds crazy, but Mondays are the start to my week, and it's like I set goals for myself for projects to finish by the end of the week, and Mondays are the days that I get to start them. So I usually either start a new collection of nails that I'm going to do, or I start a painting, or whatever it is that I'm working on that week, I get to start it on Monday, and it's so exciting for me. Then on my index, middle, and pinky nail, I'm going to be painting one coat of a color Baby Girl, which is a great French tip base, and it's also another one of those one-step colors. Then I'm going to create a French tip with Bright Honey, which is just a regular color, a regular gel color from Madame Glam, and it's a really pretty classic yellow color. Very good for summer. Yellow's kind of an in color. Then I'm going to fill in the tip of the nail with a very thin black line, or not fill in, outline it with a very thin black line, just to kind of crisp up the color contrast between the background and the yellow. Then apply a layer of top coat. I am so in love with this design. I wasn't sure how much I'd like it when I actually started out, which sounds crazy because, I don't know, it's just one of those designs I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do Garfield. And I was thinking, do I really want Garfield on my nails? And the answer is yes. Yes, I do. I loved these guys. I thought they were hilarious. And I actually liked the yellow French tips. That was another thing where I was like, really? Yellow on a French tip? I liked it. I don't know. It was different for me because I usually don't try to do yellow or green on French tips because it looks sometimes kind of icky, but I liked it. It was very bright and summery. So I hope you guys liked it as much as I do, and please share recreations with me on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!